Hello, buddy. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. I should see you still alive. You want to speak faster? If you want to speak faster, pay attention to these 4 points. Okay, point number one: reading out loud. Trust me, this way is kind of miracle. Just regularly, okay, every night, regularly do that. 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Read some books, okay, out loud. Let your brain be trained. Okay, you in this way you train your brain to know the structures and the pronunciations also. Okay, so if you do that regularly, trust me, your mind, your brain would be faster and faster. Okay, so the second one is having some information. Okay, if you want to talk about some topics, you have to have some information about that. Even in your first language, you cannot speak about that. It's not the problem related to English. Okay, it's a problem about yourself, about myself. It's a problem about ourselves. Just ask yourself, can I talk about that topic? Even in my first language, no, because you don't have information. So again, you have to study, you have to read more books. Okay, that's the key. Okay, that's a rule. The more input, the more output. Okay, so the third one would be being interested. Okay, if you have this right to choose the topic, choose those you're interested in. I've tried this way, I've seen this way among the students a lot. I had a lot of students, those weren't very interested in some topics and they couldn't talk about that. Okay, and vice versa, the opposite of that. I've seen some students who were interested in some topics and they could talk a lot about some topics, even though the level was low, but they could talk a lot. Okay, so the last one is knowing a bit of grammar and a few vocabulary words. Okay, as I've told you before, it doesn't matter how much you know about the grammar and vocabulary. In sometimes some structures. You know a lot of structures, but you cannot talk. Why? Because of content gap. You don't have information, so information is the key. Okay, knowledge is the key. So as conclusion, I should say, just study more. Okay, just read more. The more input, the more output.